With the latest security laws imposed in Hong Kong, a lot of BNO passport holders or British nationals overseas are looking to renew their BNO passports and come live in the UK. Since I covered the protests in Hong Kong, I thought I would do a helpful video covering these two things. One, a short overview of why people in Hong Kong have these BNO passports in the first place. And two, help you through the process of how to renew your BNO passport if you live in Hong Kong and you want to move to the UK. If you are only looking for the second part of the video, how to renew your BNO passport and to begin the path to UK citizenship, I will put a timestamp in the comment section of this video. So you can click that and skip to the second part of the video if you already know about BNO passports. Alright, so stick with me and we'll begin right after the intro. Alright, so to address the question why are there BNO passports in the first place, we have to go back to the 1800s. Back then, in the middle of that century, the British were trying to import opium, the drug, into China. China tried to stop this, so they banned the drug, and long story short, that later on led to a war between the two nations. This website describes it pretty well, so let's read what they have to say about it. Opium Wars. When the Qing government discovered that banning opium imports outright did not work because British merchants simply smuggled the drug into China, they took more direct action. In 1839, Chinese officials destroyed 20,000 bales of opium, each chest containing 140 pounds of the narcotic drug. The move provoked Britain to declare war to protect its illegal drug smuggling operations. The First Opium War lasted from 1839 to 1842. Britain invaded the Chinese mainland and occupied the island of Hong Kong on January 25, 1841, using it as a military staging point. China lost the war and had to cede Hong Kong to Britain in the Treaty of Nanking. As a result, Hong Kong became a crown colony of the British Empire. A rather shady way of taking over Hong Kong, if you're asking me. So now let's skip forward to 1997. In that year, British officials gave over control of Hong Kong back to China with a few requirements. The people of Hong Kong would still be British nationals, and Hong Kong itself would still have semi-independence from China. They called it one country, two systems, and that's the way it has been until this day. So now, a few days ago, the much debated national security law was detailed in the National People's Congress in Hong Kong. And the details of the security law that has been revealed so far, most of it is confidential, is as frightening as the people of Hong Kong feared. In a response to the national security law, Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of England, offered all the British nationals overseas the possibility of renewing their BNO passports and actually coming all the way to the UK to live there and gain permanent citizenship. And all of that has led to a massive spike in BNO passport renewal requests. And that is going to take us into part 2 of today's video. So today in Hong Kong, about 350,000 people are BNO passport holders. However, up to almost 3 million people, as this article says, 2.8 million people could actually apply for renewal so that they would get their very own BNO passports. So I just want to point out that no one really believes that 3 million people in Hong Kong is going to move to the UK right away. But what's important here is that they could do it. And if they do want to do it, the process of becoming a UK citizen, if you're a BNO passport holder, just became a lot easier than to anyone else. In just a moment, we're going to take a look at the UK government's website about how to apply. But for now, I'm just going to list a few of the biggest changes into the immigration law. So let's start with the biggest change to the immigration law, and it's the fact that BNO passport holders can now come and stay in the UK for 12 months, upgrading it from 6 months before. The reason that this is important is that if you go to stay in the UK and you're allowed to stay for 12 months, you can then apply for another 12 months and another 12 months for a total of 6 years before you can fully apply for UK citizenship. So in total, you have to renew your visa 5 times every 12 months that you consecutively stay in the UK. And the sixth time, when you've been there for 6 years, you can then apply to become an actual full-blown UK citizen. So I found this picture and it describes it pretty well. Normally, the 6 months would limit you from applying for another year, but now your stay can be extended to 12 months. During that time, it is possible to both study and work, making your case for citizenship even stronger. At the end of the 6th year, you can then apply for a full UK citizenship. So to begin the process, obviously you're gonna need the BNO passport that will allow you into the country in the first place. And this is the UK government's website where you can apply or renew your BNO passport. The documents that you're going to have to read are both available in Cantonese and in English. I will leave a link to this website address specifically in the description below so you can find it right there so you don't have to go searching for it yourself. So just click the link and you'll be taken to the next thing that I'm gonna show you. So if you click the link, you'll be taken to this document and it shows you how to apply or renew your BNO passport in a few simple, easy steps. I imagine most of you will be reading this in Cantonese, so I don't think it's necessary for me to go over it in English. And I can't read Cantonese, so I'm just here to give you the link and make the road easier for you. But it should be fairly simple. The document itself only contains like 4 points. It's a one-page document and it's got pretty simple language. There doesn't seem to be any big difficulties in the process that you have to make. Alright, so that was a short history of why we even have BNO passports in the first place, of how to renew or to even apply for a new BNO passport if you live in Hong Kong and you want to move to the UK or you just want the passport at all. If you found this video helpful, please in return help me out by subscribing to my channel. I do regular updates on the protests in Hong Kong and the security law and all the things that's going on right now with Hong Kong and the UK and with Hong Kong and China relations. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a really good day.